Next, let's work a rather difficult problem. Let's work one in which there's both a numerator and a denominator in the problem, and it's metric and English are involved. If you can work this, you can work anything that you're likely to see on an intro or even a general chemistry exam with respect to unit conversions. So let's get to it. Box equals star express 26.2 miles per hour in kilometers per minute. Box. Why? Because I'm looking for kilometers per minute, and it starts me out with 26.2 miles per hour. So let's do the box. How many kilometers per minute do I get starting with 26.2 miles per hour? It's very important to note here that my units now have not ones in the denominator, but a unit of time. You must look at the question, and normally if it's typed this way with a forward slash, the forward slash represents a divide by sign. So we typically type divide by signs as a forward slash, but in dimensional analysis that must be made into a horizontal line, because we must always be able to differentiate from numerator and denominator. Okay, so with that, let's start converting. Notice we have two tasks. The denominator, hours, has to be converted to minutes. But there's another task we have to work. Miles has to be converted to kilometers. So let's start with our unit of time. We know that in 1 hour, there's 60 minutes. I write the conversion that way because hours has to go away. And I'm looking for minutes, and it showed up. So I'm done with the denominator part of my conversion. As my unit now stands, it's miles per minute, but that's not what the question asks. It asks kilometers per minute. So I now have to convert miles. So let's see what I know. Well, I do not know how many miles there are in a kilometer. Do I know anything that I can see? Now wait a minute, let's read the rest of the question, see if there's more conversion factors that we could use out here. Maybe some conversion factors could be found that would convert miles to kilometers. There's 1,760 yards in a mile. Okay, that's one. And what else do I know? There's 1.094 yards in a meter. There's 1.094 yards in a meter. Well, let's see if those can be used to get us to where we need to go. I don't know miles to kilometers, but I do know miles to yards, so I'll just take that because that's all I know. In 1 mile, there's 1,760 yards. Miles crosses off. Well, that's a good thing, but guess what? I wind up with yards, and that's not what I'm looking for. That's okay. I don't have to start over. I just keep going. Well, could I convert yard to kilometers? No, I don't know. But wait a minute. I do know the relationship between a yard and a meter, so I'll work with that. I know there's 1.094 yards in 1 meter. Notice I use this conversion factor upside down. You can use them either way. Why did I use it upside down? Because I need yards to cancel out. Well, I think I'm getting close now, because look at what unit I have left on the right side. At this point, I have meters per minute, and I'm looking for kilometers per minute. I think one more conversion factor would do it. I know what? There's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So what do we have here? Meters crosses off, and the unit I'm left with is kilometer or kilometer, and what I'm looking for is the same thing. So notice, every unit that I needed to go away, to disappear, has disappeared, and the units I needed to show up have shown up. And so now it's a simple matter of punching out the numbers on my calculator, and writing the answer. So what would we have? 26.2 divided by 60 times 1760 divided by 1.094 divided by 1000. So remember, any number that's in the bottom, you precede it with a divide by sign. Any number that's in the top, you precede it with a multiply sign. And actually, I could do those in any order. But the order that I just gave gives me 0.702. I'll write everything my calculator shows me. 498,477 kilometers per minute. This is the correct digits. Now, kind of to review sig figs, what should my answer really be? Well, let's look. This has 3 sig figs. This is exact, so I can forget that. This one has 3 sig figs. This has 4 sig figs, and this is a conversion, and it's exact. So the least number of sig figs I have is 3 significant figures. So my answer can be good to 3 significant figures. There's the first, there's the second, there's the third. I can keep 3. I drop everything else. And the first digit I drop is lower than 5, so I just drop it. So the real answer here is 0.702 kilometers per minute.